Hello everyone, my name is Hassan and I'm the founder of Shift. Shift is a AI app that lets you edit code and text on the spot anywhere on your laptop. So we're going to start with a quick introduction of how it works. It's very simple. You simply select your text or your code that you want to modify or do whatever you like with. And what you do is you click on double shift key, the right side, and it's going to appear this widget, and you give it your prompt that you want. For example, here I want to add comments to this specific part of the code, so I say add comments um, next to each line and rewrite the code. And of course now we're going to wait, and it's going to do that for us. It's going to edit it, and it works on any window on your laptop universally with no configuration. So as you can see, it did that. If you want to just, you're not satisfied with the results, you can just do simply Control Z. Let's look at the options that we have here. We have around 6 models: Llama 3.3 70B, DeepSeek R1, GPT-4o, GPT-4o Mini, Claude Sonnet, and Claude Haiku. This is 3.5, of course. We're going to work with Llama 3.3 for now. We have, of course, the budget icon here, where it shows you how much you've used so far, which also shows in the main app page that we're going to get into at the end. So of course there's a default budget limit usually for this app, $10, or unless you and once you hit that $10, it's going to stop and tells you, okay, you've hit your budget, unless you just turn it off or increase the budget. There's also something called chat mode. Of course, if you don't want to edit the text or add something on the spot, you want to talk about the specific part of the code, you just click on this, or you simply hold shift for a few seconds and it's going to activate it or deactivate it on the spot. So if I activate it and say, if I just select this same part of the code, double shift again, of course, every time you want, you need to select that specific text or code, you have to click on double shift. And I can ask it, for example, what does this do, for example? And it's going to respond. Of course, you can also expand the text field if you want to have a better view. And if I hold shift again, it's going to deactivate the chat mode back into editing mode. Let's try another example. Here I have a French text that I wrote, and I want to write it in English, for example. You can just select the whole text, double shift, rewrite this in English. And of course, now it's going to do that. There we go. This can be used a lot by coders, developers, students, people who write on a daily basis on the laptop. And another feature that I want to show is for people who work with Excel a lot. We have to use GPT-4o for this. It can add or modify tables. It can also do mathematical operations with them. So for example, if I select, this is a lab, this is a chemistry lab that I did. If I select these values and I want to do, for example, a log transformation on these values, I can just tell it, do a log transformation on this table's values and rewrite. And of course, it's going to do that for us. You can see the values have changed. They're all transformed. It's a logarithmic transformation. And of course, you can use it however you want. It can be more complex. I can just select the whole table and say, add an extra row at the end with the average values of each column data. Of course, it should add a column here with the average of these values. And there you go. AVG calculated the average of here and added it here. And besides modifying the tables, you can also add the tables. So if we go here, go further, there's too much data here. I can just say something random. Make a table of countries' GDP, and it's supposed to do it here. There you go. So yeah, it works perfectly with Excel. It's good for people who don't know how to use Excel. They can now simply do their mathematical operation and analysis with Shift. There will be a feature where you simply, for example, here you select the whole data, you click on it, and then there will be an option where you give it a prompt to create a graph, whatever graph you want, whatever type you want, with whatever customizations and colors or whatever. And simply when you click enter, it's going to paste that graph on the spot for you. So that will be a future release, the future feature that we're going to release soon. Now let's go back and talk about another feature of Shift, which is context. For coding or for a lot of other things you want to do, you want to give it information as context. So to do that, you go on the text that you wanted to add it as a context. You select it just the same as before, but now instead of click on right double shift key, you do left double shift key. So if I do that, it's going to show that context added. And if you go here, you're going to see that there's this context, and if you click on it, you can see the first 100 lines of what it contains. It's not going to show all of it because if you have a very long text, it's going to load too much into the memory and it's going to slow it down. So you can just take a peek at what this context that you added here was about. You can add multiple ones, I think around up to 4 or 5, and this will be persistent. So if I add the context and send the prompt, it's still going to be there after you send it, unless you delete it manually. Or in the settings, if you wanted to delete automatically, you can set it up in the settings as well. That's pretty much it. You can basically do anything. You have all these AI models on the spot. There's not much UI. You can just make it go away, and you can just bring it back with just a simple double shift key. You can also add things. It's not just for modifying. You can also add a code or a text. For example, I can ask it write a Newton-Raphson algorithm in Python. I'm just going to add it here. Let's fix this. So yeah, I can still do more with it. Let's say add log and just simple example. Comments. It can be whatever you like to do with it, but this is just the demonstration. There you go. It's very quick, as you saw. And you have access to many models depending on the kind of thing you want to do with it. And of course, you can get a more detailed explanation for each model, the price, and what they're used for mostly, and just some information of how to work with the widget. So that's it. Let's take a look at the main page of Shift. Of course, we have settings. We push updates regularly with more features, and so if there's a new update, it's automatically going to show here, and you just click on install, and you have the new updates. The chat memory, if you want when you're on chat mode, you wanted to know what is what it talked about previously, you can just turn that off or on. By default, it's on. Automatic chat deletion. We do save your chats here, as you can see. So if you want the chats to automatically, it's all saved locally, by the way. Nothing is saved on the cloud. The only thing that saves on the cloud is your login information and all that for the account. Everything else is saved locally on your laptop. So this is 1 week. After 1 week, the chats that are 1 week old is going to automatically be deleted. There's system instruction that applies globally for your Shift, so you can give it detailed instruction of how you want, depending on what you do. And launch and login, persist context. This is where when you don't want the context to appear each time you send the prompt, you want it to automatically get deleted each time a new prompt is sent. By default is on, so it doesn't go away. Of course, this chats again, as we discussed, there's usage here where you can see how much you use for each model. The models are quite cheap. For example, Llama 3.3 is around $0.5 or 50 cents input for 1 million tokens, which is around maybe 700,000 words. So it's very cheap. Also, a feature that will be released is local LLM. So basically, we give you a couple of options of downloading LLM directly into your laptop and running it on your laptop, so you won't be paying any fees for that. So there won't be really any usage fee cost anymore if you choose to do that. And basically, it's just going to be like a download this model, and it's going to download it automatically, and you're going to use it through Shift, and it's going to significantly reduce the cost. You basically have unlimited amount of your own AI that also works offline, because this is running locally on your laptop. It's not sending out API requests, and nothing gets out of your laptop. It's good for people who want privacy, who want to also avoid these usage fees, even though they're not much. And of course, there's a subscription to manage subscription and everything. The subscription fee is $5 a month for the app, plus the usage fee that you have that's going to be charged at the end of the month with the $5. And there's also another important feature, which is shortcuts. Basically, for repetitive tasks, rewriting, rephrasing, adding logs, adding comments, for things that are too repetitive, you don't want to write the prompt too much, you can basically write it here. I can just add a new shortcut. You can choose the model that you want it to work with, depending what type of task it is. You can link the prompt to a key press. For example, I already have one here. You can click on edit. This Llama 3.3 with a double control, and I said rephrase this more humanly and nicely and rewrite. Of course, you can write whatever you want. And so now, instead of just writing the whole prompt, you just select the text and then do that double control shift key, which is linked to this prompt, and it's going to send it automatically through the model you choose. And it's just going to be very more efficient and even faster. So if we go here, for example, here, yeah, if I select the whole text and already have the shortcut that I already made, and do double control key press, as you see, automatically doing it, and it's just way too faster and more efficient. It can also be other things. I can, for example, add another one with I can do double command. Yeah, it's good. I can say add. I think the easiest option for this, the easiest example, could add comments to this code and rewrite. This is the previous prompt that we tried. So now it's a link to double control here with the Llama 3.3 model. So if you go back here, we select select this code and do double command key. There you go. Automatically done, very fast and very quickly. There we go. All done. So yeah, it's going to be a great tool for. It's going to be basically it's basically a code editor, text editor, all at once, and it's not even it doesn't really require much space. It's not gonna. You can just make it appear with the double shift key, and I believe that's pretty much it. There will be the features that I talked about, like with the Excel, automatically adding, pasting like on the spot the graph that you want based on the table you chose, and also there will be local LLMs for people to locally run the LLMs on the laptop and use Shift with it. And we're going to simplify the method, so you just do it always just clicking on download button. So there's not going to be any complex procedure. It's going to be great for people who are not technical too, since it's pretty simplified. And I believe yeah, everyone who has a laptop and who works and writes a lot is gonna enjoy using Shift. Thank you for watching and have a good day.